after Jewish nation, because they had been living in diaspora for thousands of years. They have had their own state of Israel only since 1948. After Greek people, after Armenians, Italians, and Portuguese. Poland, we come as number 6 in the world. Currently, population of Poland is about 38 million, maybe slightly less than that. And we have, according to various estimates, between 18 and 20 million people of Polish descent and indigenous Poles, so to say, living on all continents. I think it's the best example of how important our relationship with diaspora is, and how neglected it had been for 2 generations. Because under communism, diaspora was manipulated. Diaspora was isolated politically. Diaspora was being followed by secret police, especially political activists in free countries like the US, Canada, Australia, United Kingdom, France, Germany, and so on and so forth. And today, we are free and democratic, and you don't have to fight any longer for Polish freedom. This is absolutely phenomenal new situation, unprecedented in the history of Polish diaspora. And the history of Polish diaspora on this continent is over a century and a half years old. As you know, we entered the European Union. I don't like when people speak Poland versus European Union. We are the European Union now. We have to demonstrate the perspective from within. For us, entering this phenomenal continental structure meant also opening of all borders for 27 countries, and which has had significant economic consequence and social also, opening labor markets for Polish citizens. In the past in 9 years, over 2 million Polish people, mostly of young generation, migrated to the hardcore countries of the EU, searching for better life, searching for job, trying to get the higher education at a renowned university, and founding families there. This is not New Polonia yet, because it's too fresh, because we don't know if they will enlarge our Polonian communities in Europe. They're still migrating, we call them migrating workers. But we've been watching and monitoring this process because this is something new in the history of Polish diaspora. This phenomenon has had also great impact on your diaspora, on Polish American and Polish Canadian community. We are, and you are, in a very unique moment of our common history. There is no more people from Poland immigrating to America for economic reasons. And this has been an ongoing process for at least 6 generations, right? Because the opportunity for better life, Consul General is leaving, but she will be back after the Holy Mass, right? Yes. Okay. After 6 generations, the stream of fresh Polish blood coming to America, strengthening Polish communities, all those Green Points and Jackovos and Roncesvalles in Toronto and elsewhere, doesn't exist anymore. dried up. People are coming here, as it was before. About 100,000 Polish people comes to the US every year, but for pleasure, for business, for vacation. Young people, students come legally to take studies, having appropriate visas, making it possible, but there is no more poor people from different parts of Poland, like so-called Eastern Wall, like Podhale, like Podkarpacie, that would come to America, seek for illegal job, because there is no any other possibility to get a job in this country. And as a consequence, this is how I see it, expressing this cautious conclusion that this is unprecedented moment in the history of Polish diaspora. You are probably the last generation of our people who will be fluently speaking Polish, who would have lots of our Polish, deeply rooted culture within themselves, within yourselves. Your children already would not, because they would be second or third generation. Please be aware of this. It's very, very important. The map on a global scale of Polish diaspora has been changing right in front of our eyes dramatically. What does it mean? It means your phenomenal responsibility in carrying the big, wonderful box of our national and cultural heritage onto the future. I'm quite satisfied with you guys who are seated in this room, because you are the crème de la crème of young generation. You care, and you can. I'm sorry to borrow a little bit of your phenomenal romantic style, but you do know how I love it. So, what it really means from a historical viewpoint, socio-demographic viewpoint, this is a moment of final assimilation of these big 10 million people. Polish-American community is coming to an end.